Seriously, we've been talking about some of the weirdest games we've been playing. So, what I want to do in this one, guys, is check our Steam wish list. Okay, we got any indie games on the horizon, or what's in your backlog? What is something you've been meaning to get to, or something you haven't visited in a long time? I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say. Hey, maybe there'll be a walking simulator, you know, gas station simulator, one of these great games that I just haven't played yet that I need to get in on.
Gas Station Simulator is amazing. All right. And
bet you it
anyone
is.
out there that's actually played it is like, yeah, he's right. Coltrane's right.
Like
It's
mud
incredible.
tires. Mud tires. Play that game. Just trust me.
I'm telling you. Now, I have not tried Roadside Assistance Simulator yet, but that's on my list.
AAA.
Yeah,
AAA
that,
assist.
that is. That's actually a real simulator game. I saw it on Steam.
Oh my God.
That's
No
real.
way.
I haven't tried it
Besides
yet.
besides
Yeah.
that, Coltrane, what have you been getting into, or what is on your wish list that might be coming up that you're kind of interested in jumping in?
All right, here's the
Anything
deal.
out there?
Here's the deal, Lucille. Let me ask you boys a question, all right? And I want all of you to answer. Do you like sci-fi?
Yes.
Do you like anime style and kind of the look and feel of Robotech?
You
Hell
love it.
no.
I think you lost me.
You're supposed to say yes after
Yes,
every
I mean,
question.
favorite genre.
Yeah.
Go.
All right? Yeah,
Yeah.
just do that. Just do that. All right, Scott, just do that.
I did it. Now Tom can clip it. So
Excellent. All right. Do you like card-based gameplay like Hearthstone or Marvel Snap?
I need to go pee.
This is not going well. This is not going well at all. This is a
What
bit
can
of a
this
disaster.
game?
I'm
What
sorry,
can
my
this game
fish is
even
drowning.
be?
Do you like turn-based combat
Yes.
similar to like Final Fantasy?
Yes.
I'm
Yes?
logging off tonight.
Oh,
Yes.
It's already had. We've
Yes?
lost Scott. We've
All
lost
right.
Scott.
Oh my god.
Well, then guess what, boys? I've got the game for you because all four of you love every category. So I've got the perfect game for you. It's called Breachway. Breachway. All right, Breachway, and it's this amazing game made by like these indie devs. They're called Edgeflow Studio. And the thing
Shout out.
about it that blows my mind is, okay, so I will admit, I am a big Hearthstone fan. I then became a big Marvel Snap fan, obviously. Phenomenal game. Same people, right? This kind of card-based game, right? Now, I also love sci-fi. Now, here's what's cool about this. This is based on ships. You've got like all these sci-fi ships. The look of it is that kind of Robotech style I was talking about.
Mhm.
So you pick a ship, right, at the beginning, and you have these like carriers. Like it looks like something out of like what's that? I actually wrote it down here because it reminded me. Yes, ship design reminds me of The Expanse and Mass Effect, right? So I'm taking notes, right, as this is going on. So already a big win. But it's great because you're like, okay, for this ship, do I want to focus more? I want to put points in like weapons. Do I want to put points in like shields or like resource type stuff? And then based on how many points you put in, you get access to cards, right? Similar to like Hearthstone, and each one has a point value, and you can use these cards to attack. You can use these to like launch torpedoes. You can use it to raise shields. And the combat is this really cool split screen, and I think it's probably on the screen right now. So Tom, thank you for putting up this footage
Yeah.
that we're looking at right now. That's what's amazing. You see how this looks? You see how it's kind of like split screen, right? And you can assign cards to attack certain functions and systems of the enemy. And then you can also assign crew members to the different sections. The thing that blew me away was it took like a card game type thing, which I really like. It made it like 3D, like really interactive explosions and all that stuff. And just there's so much depth. You know, the different cards you play, the combat, you can assign NPCs, which give you boosts. So I was really floored by how in-depth it was. And it's still early. But I highly encourage you. And the developers, by the way, and this is a big thing, the developers seem awesome. They respond to like every YouTube video. Like they're like, hey, thanks for checking this out. This is what we're thinking. And they watch the video and they respond. So these are passionate developers, right? And that's what we as gamers want, right? We don't want a day before. You know what I mean? We want yesterday
We want
for
the
years.
day after.
Yes, right, exactly.
Or
But
4 days after.
Yeah, we want to go forward. We want devs that are passionate. And then our job as gamers is to prop them up, to put them on our wish list, to give them that front page on Steam, to light that fire, to keep them going, to keep them developing, because that's what we want. We want more great devs that are passionate, that are into it, and it's our job as gamers and as content creators too to let's lift each other up. Let's lift each other up, right? And let's bring great games to the forefront. So that's what I'm feeling with this one. So I highly encourage you guys to check it out. It's like I said, it's called Breachway. It's super cool. It's something that I'm really kind of checking out and really kind of into. So it was just different. I was impressed about how many different genres were thrown into one, and they're really doing some different stuff here and made a card battler really cool and really, really different, really fun.
So is this one out yet, Coltrane, or is it in early development, or just in development?
It's in development. They have done some demos, which some content creators have made some videos on. But it's still early. Right now, release date is set for 2024. So I encourage you highly to check this out. If this is something you're into, that kind of gameplay. I certainly was. Add it to your wish list and check it out. So that's me. That's me. That's my wish listed game.
So that's one from an indie and upcoming. Everybody wish list it.
Woo!
Mm-hmm.
But Scott,
On it.
I'm hoping to dive into the back catalog. What's in the depths of the Steam library? Is there something that has caught your eye recently? Maybe something that came out that wasn't up to speed. It wasn't meeting its full potential, and you're like, whoa, I haven't visited that in a while. What's new? Is there something that you've jumped into?
So, fresh off the day before letdown, I've had a zombie-shaped void in my heart.
Right. Yes.
And I needed to satiate it. So I decided to dive back into Dying Light 2. That was a game that was delayed for a few years that I played. The initial one I played in 2015. Mikey and I spent. Chase actually played with Mikey and I. And he shared a screenshot earlier with it.
Jeez, yeah.
The game was awesome. And I was looking forward to this one. And at launch, it just... something about it was off. It did not... The first game was perfect. It felt just so unique. And this game just did not match it. I only played about 20, 30 hours or something and put it down and hadn't touched it since. So trying to fill that hole, I picked it up and man, it feels amazing. They've added so much.
That's awesome.
Let me just tell you, I had to write it down because it was so much. Let me just go through a few or just go through them, and any that pop out, just ask something about it because they're all interesting. So they added a new game plus, and this wasn't in the original when it came out. They added legend levels after getting your skill tree. They improved combat, the gore, the body physics. You can throw melee weapons. They improved the parkour system. They did color and lighting. You can now actually do the same lighting as the first game. They changed a lot of the night things. There's transmog now. You can customize the HUD to make it bare bones. Wow. And then they released their first DLC. So, and they added bounties and dailies and new factions. So there is so much to do just outside of the main story now. And the game feels like it should have been. I don't think it quite has the same fervor as the first one, but it is fun. Me and Mikey jump back in and damn, like terrifying, fun. It's just nice to go back to that.
Sounds like another story of the game launches and needs like a year to cook a little bit more,
which happens far too often.
Almost like a kind of a best ongoing game, aka Cyberpunk. That did it give you that vibe or no?
It wasn't as bad as No Man's Sky, but yeah, Cyberpunk. Like, it's there, but it's not there.
Not quite.
Yeah. So they've corrected that, and
that's awesome.
It feels a lot more like the first one. So immediately, I'm just having fun with it again.
And this one's first person or third person?
It's first person. But it's very immersive. Like you can see your body limbs moving on the parkour. It feels like we've talked about that inertia's there. So it feels like you're really moving within the game world. Like you can feel the parkour. And they've improved it. It is buttery smooth now.
Oh, man. I have to check this out.
Chase, I'm hoping you'll bring it back to maybe something that's on the horizon or something
Yeah.
new that we
Chasing
can take a look at.
rabbits.
What do you got for us, Chase?
Yeah, so this week I've actually got a really good one that I've been following, and I actually played the beta, I played the demo beta essentially. It's called Deep Rock Survivor, and it's based on the Deep Rock Galactic universe. Which, for those that don't know, it's an awesome,
Yeah.
first person shooter co-op style game where you are a dwarven miner and you go into these planets and you're essentially killing bugs and mining and taking it back to the planet, to your spaceship, and just upgrading your armor, upgrading your weapons, upgrade. That's such a fun gameplay loop. But this game takes a different approach to the more popular Vampire Survivor, if you call it reverse bullet hell type of game. So
Hmm.
it's kind of that top down isometric, but they put a 3D spin on it. So they kind of give it the same style that the current Deep Rock Galactic game has, but it is at that 2/3 isometric angle, bullet hell style game. So you're constantly firing your gun. There's no like pushing the button. You're just running around. You have mining. There's still mining abilities. So you're kind of paving your own patterns and trying to get these bosses to kind of flow through the I guess the pathways that you create in the mining. So like say there's a bug and you're like, oh my gosh, there's a giant bug that's chasing me. I got to get out of here. So you start mining through the map and you create like a pathway for this bug. So that way you can kind of push them through a funnel and blow them up at the end of the funnel or something. So it's really really fun. They got the heart of the original game, which is a first person shooter, in a bullet hell style, vampire survivor style, um, rogue-like shoot 'em up style game, where it's just constant, during every mission you're upgrading, 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 upgrading. It's got that really simple gameplay loop that's perfect for your mobile devices, for like the Steam Deck and the Nintendo Switch. Um, I even play it on my PC, clicking around on my mouse. It's fun. It's perfect for that mobile experience. It's perfect for that. You're just putzing around. You're just killing bugs. You're having fun. All right, cool, great. That was put it down, walk away.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
it's got that for it. It's got that really kind of addictive gameplay loop, but at the same time, it's just something you can put down and, oh yeah, I need to go to dinner. Okay, cool. Turn it off. Put it
Hmm.
down.
I'll tell you what's back on my radar.
Yes.
Sort of like Scotty, a game that I played a few years ago. A great game, a game I love. Has made a lot of improvements over time. And now there's a couple fan made mods that are breathing new life into this game. And that game is Ghost Recon Breakpoint.
Oof.
So, Ghost Recon combines a lot of things that I love. I like military style shooters. I like stealth gameplay, one of my most favorite genres or types of play that you can have, and that can permeate all types of games. I mean, I love my rogue type classes and MMOs, so anything with stealth is really fun for me. Another thing I love open world games, right? Games where you can go anywhere, do anything in any order. And Ubisoft is kind of known for that. They do a good job on that style of game. And so I was drawn to all the old Ghost Recons, Ghost Recon Wildlands. So Breakpoint launched. I don't know if any of you guys played it, but it launched more in the style of Division when it
Hmm.
first came out. So they had loot rarities and your guns could level up and they were green, purple, all the way up. And well, a lot of the Ghost Recon fans were not happy about this because we just like to go into the world, pick up a weapon, take down an enemy. A little more gritty. I don't want to call it realistic, but a little more tactical gameplay. We already had Division, so we weren't looking for that, in Ghost Recon. So anyway, they fixed all that, and it was amazing. They brought an immersive mode where you could eliminate elements of your HUD, and you could
Mm.
really make it like the old style Ghost Recons. And they've just done a great job over the years, kind of just developing the game and sticking with it. And it's been great as a fan of that franchise. But recently, there's been some community mods that have come out, like I said, that are breathing some new life. One is called the Spartan mod, and this mod just brings the enemy AI like to another level. But this is the real big one that's just been out a couple weeks. And I'll probably throw some footage up. There's a YouTuber, his name is Deef. He makes some just amazing cinematic scripted gameplays. I don't know if any of you ever watched
Oh, that's interesting.
Frankie on PC or Frankie
Oh,
on
yeah.
PC. He used to make the DayZ like scripted storylines.
Yeah.
I would compare
Yes.
him kind of to that, and so just really
Oh,
cool.
wow.
So he's been working with a developer to make this mod, and it makes your character go first person. So
Ooh.
no longer are you third person, you're in this first person mode, which a lot of the military sim games are first person because it gives you that you're right in the action, you see your weapon, you see your reloads, you see your animations really clearly. And it brings it's almost like a totally different game. It's really insane. And so all these things combined, it's got me, digging into the Steam library once again to pull it up, and it's just got so many things that I love in a game, and which they haven't announced a hard date, but the rumor is that 2025 Ghost Recon Codename Over is the next game in development, which I am super excited about. Can't wait for that.
That's
That'll be number
awesome.
one on my list. So anyway, guys, that's what's been on my
And-
recent radar.
I gotta say, Tom, I've seen you play this game. You streamed it in Discord,
Yeah.
and where you had the HUD turned off, and you were
Yes.
doing the super stealth stuff, and it was like watching like Jack Ryan season 2.
Mhm.
Like it was like legit. You know what I mean? And it was
It's
so
a good
awesome.
time. Hey, let us know in the comments, what are you playing or what are you looking forward to? What's on your wish list for Steam? And what's in the back catalog that you've been meaning to get to? Maybe you're jumping into it, and we would love to hear about that. Or jump in the Discord and have the conversation, or jump in some of these games with us. We're hanging out in the Discord all the time playing games. So
Let's kill some zombies.
yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. Let's go.